We take you to a Caribbean paradise, the tropical Saona Island, and a charming town of Bayahibe in the Dominican Republic. There are some places you simply just visit. But there are also places that stay with you for long after you've left. Saona Island is one of those magical places that enchants you the moment your feet touch the sand and everything slows down. Bayahibe in southeast Dominicana is a small fishing town more and more popular with tourists seeking easy access to Saona Island. It's the kind of place where mornings begin with the sound of waves and end with golden sunsets that melt into the sea. We came here to spend a few days on the beach, away from the bustling life of Santo Domingo. But what we found was a pure Caribbean paradise, a true wonder of nature, with some of the most idyllic natural beaches we have ever visited. If you are planning to visit Dominican Republic, make sure to check out Saona Island, easily accessible from both Punta Cana and the capital city of Santo Domingo. And in this video, we'll share what makes this place so unique. Welcome to Bayahibe, a small fishing village on the southeastern coast of the Dominican Republic, tucked between lush Cotubanamá National Park and the sparkling Caribbean Sea. The town, unlike the big resort-heavy areas, has managed to hold onto its soul. Here, life moves much slower and the ocean is never more than a few steps away. We'll show you the easiest way to get there and how to make the most of your visit, including full-day excursion to Saona Island, a Caribbean paradise incomparable to anything we have visited so far. We arrived at the Santo Domingo airport, about 100 kilometers away from Bayahibe. You can either take a private transfer or a bus from Santo Domingo. The bus was about €5 from Santo Domingo to the town of La Romana, and from there another few euros on a local bus. So if you prefer to experience how Dominicans travel, search for Romana Express bus service. It took us about 2 hours to get from the capital city to Bayahibe. But on the way, you can see some more of the island.
Aprendiste que un grupo de valientes nos devolvió la libertad aquel 27 de febrero de 1844. Héroes, superhéroes de la vida real, que siempre que intentaron quitarnos la soberanía, vencieron.
While staying in Bayahibe is a peaceful and charming escape, most travelers arrive here with one goal in mind: to experience the breathtaking beauty of Saona Island, just a short boat ride away from the local marina. From the shoreline, you'll see hundreds of boats gently lined up, ready to take you across the turquoise waters of the Caribbean. There are plenty of organized boat trips from Bayahibe to Saona Island, and at first it can feel a little overwhelming trying to choose the right one. As you walk along the marina, you'll hear offers coming from every direction, each promising the perfect day in paradise. But not all experiences are the same. Before booking, take a moment to check online reviews or ask locals for their recommendations. It makes a big difference. We chose to visit Saona with Civis Ecotours, predominantly because of their excellent reviews on TripAdvisors and a tour that was more about exploring the nature than a party boat. We went with a small speedboat, a more personal way to explore Saona with a group of just 10 to 15 people. Going with a small group gave us the chance to reach quieter, more secluded parts of the island, places where the water felt untouched and the experience felt truly our own. And honestly, that made all the difference. Saona Island isn't just a destination, it's a film set, literally. Scenes from the legendary Pirates of the Caribbean movies were filmed here, with Saona's untouched beaches helping bring that pirate fantasy to life. And its cinematic legacy doesn't stop there. The island's lagoons and palm-fringed shores echoed the romantic isolation of the Blue Lagoon movie, reinforcing its image as the ultimate tropical escape. Even iconic Bounty chocolate commercials were filmed here, because if you want to sell paradise, you film it in Saona. The island is also a protected sanctuary. Beneath its crystal waters and across its mangrove forests, hundreds of species thrive. On land and some secluded rocks, the prehistoric-looking rhinoceros iguana roams under the sun. And the sea around is full of starfish, dolphins, sea turtles, and even large manatees.
Welcome.
Saona is a place where the ocean becomes a swimming pool, wildlife thrives untouched, and every horizon looks like a postcard. And maybe that's why Saona feels like a movie, because for a moment, when you're here, you're not just watching paradise, you're actually living it. You can easily spend here an entire afternoon, or even choose to stay overnight in some local accommodations in the only village on the island. It is by far the most idyllic beach we have visited so far, and one of Dominicana's most treasured natural jewels. Long before tourists arrived, this island had another name, Aramane, home to the Taino people, who left behind caves, carvings, and stories etched into stone. In 1494, Christopher Columbus and his crew stepped onto these shores and renamed it Saona, beginning a new chapter in the conquest of this idyllic paradise. Today the island is visited by over 1 million tourists from around the world, being #1 excursion for tourists staying in Punta Cana, La Romana, or Bayahíbe. On the way back, a must-stop are the natural pools, shallow lagoon with starfish, snorkeling adventure, and quite a few boats with entertainment on board. Another well-known local attraction is the heart of Bayahibe, halfway hiking between Bayahibe and Dominicus Beach, hidden in the coral rocks.
So we've reached one of the local attractions here. I'm gonna show you why so many people in the morning hike all the way here to see what is called the heart of Bayahibe.
Most travelers come to the Dominican Republic for the beaches, but just beyond the turquoise waters lies a different world. This is Cotubanamá National Park, a place where the Caribbean reveals its wild, untamed side, a landscape of tropical forest, hidden caves, underground lakes, and ancient history. And the hike begins just outside Bayahibe.
So we just reached our first destination, the Chico Cave, which thousands of years ago was used by the Taino tribes to collect drinking water, but also for some rituals. And therefore they say there's still some art visible on the walls of the caves that we can see when we enter.
The main cave is full of bats, hidden chambers, stalactites and stalagmites hanging from the ceiling, and absolutely hypnotizing underground lake. However, make sure you come equipped with proper flashlight and swimming shoes, and the rocks can be quite sharp and slippery.
Yeah, there's another cave. There are some local travel agencies that organize hiking trails with the proper equipment and proper flashlights to the caves, to explore the caves. So if you're interested, I'll add in the video some comments on where to find them and what options are available. Unfortunately, we're here only a couple of days, so there was no tour available before our departure. Those tours don't happen every day, so make sure you plan in advance if you're interested in exploring all the different corners of the cave.
You can also book a snorkeling tour with professional diving equipment to explore the deepest areas of the cave system. There are a number of local tour operators that offer tour through the caves and national park. Check TripAdvisor website or Airbnb experiences. And make sure to book in advance, as often those are small groups and in high season get booked quickly. With that, we are wrapping up our visit to Dominican Republic. Bayahibe and Saona gave us experiences that certainly left us longing for the next visit to the island to explore more. So if you are planning to visit Dominicana, make sure to add this town and Saona Island to your list. As always, if you have any questions, drop in the comments below. And hit the subscribe button for more travel adventures from around the world.